So continuing the part 2 of the access point publishing part. So what had happened earlier was that there was a little bit of network latency. So the access point is being published where I have this particular name, which is demo service web service, which is active, and it is assigned to the group Mula Tech. And then these two are the internal resources that are being published. So I can click on transform, and this is where the transformation will begin. So prior to that, we have already set the security that I would like this particular access point to follow. So over here I'm coming in, and then if you're using custom binding, you can click over here. If you want to enable WS security, that means when your developer system will connect to a service guard with this particular transformed access point WSDL, that is the time. If you want to use WS security, you can put a simple tick over here, and then you will say transform. So at this time, what's happening is that we are creating a wrapper onto the two WSDLs, internal WSDLs, and then we are putting all the security that was predefined, and now we are coming into the API transformation and visibility. So this is what we have talked over here, that we are going to do so I think this should come here. And now after publishing, we have the part which is going to be visibility, that means transformation, comma visibility, comma I would say the data manipulation, meaning that you can actually say what is the data type that is going to be used or not. Okay, so now there are two WSDLs which I have resources. So I'm going to the global sign. Then over here I just say GS class, or okay, let me just give a proper name, global sign transform, and then select WADL response, meaning that when it gets exposed as a RESTful, what do you want? So do you want it as a XML or as a JSON? So we'll keep it to JSON. And then when the partner wants to do WS security, then would you like what kind of security do you want to have? So you want to have sign, encrypt, or sign and encrypt both. So for now we'll keep it disabled. But if you in the later videos, we will actually be covering this part. Okay, now what I see below is that I see all the APIs that are coming over here. That means that okay. So over here I have the names of the APIs. So these are the APIs that are exposed by global sign. And so now let's say I just want to have two of them that I would like to expose. Now one of the things which I want to show you is the description. So if there is any modification in the documentation you would like to do, or any additions like exceptions, errors, input, outputs, whatever you want to give, you can actually define it here. And this is what the partner portal, the developer will get to see when they actually log in from the dashboard. Yeah. So again, coming here, I'm just picking up something as sorry, so it should be global sign. So I'm coming over here, global sign, this thing, and then I just say okay, just pick up any two of them. Yeah. And then I say save. Yeah. So this will save the APIs of global sign. Now I can do something very similar for XM Protect also. Now over here we have the database. Yeah. So again, I'm changing the name XM Protect transform. Yeah. And then I'm selecting, let's say, XML or JSON. So I stick to JSON. And then over here what you would see is the data type. So these are the three data types which I can also change. So meaning, let's say if I want to select, sorry, over here I have to put the package name also, aptf. Yeah, so I'll just say prefix as ap, so that it's transformed. Yeah. And I'm just saying transform here. So these are the particular, I would say, data types which are inside the XM Protect. So I can change the name if I want. I can also change the names. Okay, it has pre-generated for me, but I can actually do it differently. And then so okay, let's just say I want to remove these two. Yeah. So I just say save. Yeah. Close. Okay. So now okay, I can say validate API. It's successfully validated. It looks good. Now I go back to this thing. So these are the various APIs that are being exposed. So I just pick up, let's say, something simple, open session, let's say close session, then verify OTP, get user, something like that, and then I just say save. Yeah. So what I've done is that global sign as well as Axiom Protect, I have saved them successfully, and now I'm going to the next level where I'm actually going to go ahead and basically, so this quickly shows me that I am doing this is the original visuals or the sources, and then these were the available APIs, and then these are the exposed APIs. Yeah, so it's not published yet, so this is being disabled. So as soon as I click on publish, it will publish my transformed, visibility controlled, security enforced new WSDL and WADL. Yeah, so I'm clicking over here. As you can see, it's doing the processing. It take a little bit of time. So all those settings we have saved, all the name changes, everything we have done is actually coming over here, and the whole transformation is happening. Let me remind you, this is, yeah, okay, great. So now the publishing has happened. So all the APIs are published successfully. Now over here, what you can see is that you can see the two links also. So meaning that, so I can click over here. It takes about a minute to get published because the worker module runs after every 1 minute. So to actually identify that which are the new, transformed, wars or WSDLs that needs to be, put across, to the partners. So it takes about a minute for you to, for it to run. But as you can see that this is the new WSDL that I have now, which is basically for my Axiom Protect, and something very similar which is for my global sign. Yeah. So what you would see is that you can actually bring multiple resources, put them under transformation and security at Service Guard, and then expose them as a single package. Now that is very, very powerful. That means you are not really asking your partners and developers to actually go and have different URLs, but everything is under one particular folder or one particular virtual directory or one particular package. So as you could see, global sign is the one, then this thing. And then also I want to show you the WADL link. Now this is the WADL. That means we have not just generated WSDLs, but we have also generated WADL. Now let me remind you that if you have a project requirement where you are making a mobile application or light clients and which can only support WADL, and you have a WSDL in the background, that means your resource is having WSDL, then you can actually use Service Guard, and within less than 5 minutes you can actually have a WADL, a lightweight service available, which is a wrapper which is secured and transformed using Service Guard for the original WSDL. Or the original resource. Yeah, so you can also do the same thing for HTTP forms, you can do it for ISO messages, you can also do it for databases, and etc, etc. So okay, now I'm gonna open this particular link. So let me just click on it. As you can see, the transformed WSDL for Axiom Protect is published. Now let me also show you the original one. Now the original one is much more bigger. Yeah. So as you could see over here, it's got a lot of APIs, right? And in this one, it's got some much simpler. So what I'm going to quickly show you is that, so this all is working very fine. Now we'll quickly get into the part number 3, which is look at the SOAP UI. And SOAP UI will actually do the imports and show us. So what I'll do is I'll import the original one first and show you that what the big original one looks like. And then we'll get into the transformed ones. Yeah, org. So I'm going ahead and creating it or importing it into my SOAP UI test tool. So as you would see over here, we have about 10 or 12 APIs available. Now what I'm going to do is I'm also going to do an import of my transformed one. So I'll come over here and I'll just say Axiom Protect transformed. Then I'll say next. Yeah, as you could see, now all you could see is only 4 of them. Yeah, so in the original one we had much more. Now what I would like to show you here is that, okay, I didn't change the names, but if you look at the name of the package, that means this was the original and this is the new transformed one, right? And also if you really look at the contents, meaning that the type of data, it has also changed. Yeah, sorry, I think let's look at this one. Yeah, over here. So okay, which one has that? Yeah, actually the API which we transformed, na? Okay, so the if you look at the original one, it's totally different. Yeah, so I will also do the same thing for global sign. Let me quickly come over here. So this is the one, and then if I want to pick up for the global sign, so I'll show you that how it is done with regards to the transformation. Let's quickly close these windows. Yeah, so I'm coming over here. Okay, so it's global sign transformed. Yeah, next. Yeah, so this is the global sign transformed one. As you could see, I only picked up 3 of them and I have that available. Yeah, so now this was a very quick demonstration of how it will work. So let me also show you how, well, yeah, how we can import WADL into the Java workspace. So I have a test workspace over here. I'm just going to quickly come in. Sorry, yeah, I'm just going to come in here. Yeah, and then I'll pick up the URL, which is the WADL URL. So let me, WSDL, अच्छा ये वाला इसमें दिखाता. Okay, my colleague is suggesting we should show it in SOAP UI first, so you have complete confidence on how it will work. Yeah, so I'm picking up the WADL. Import the WADL, so I'm putting it over here. Okay. Oops. Oh, sorry. The certificate. It's importing. Yeah. So, so these are the endpoints which I can add over here. But the WADL is already being added, so I can actually add the endpoints over here. But in essence, what we have showed you that both WSDL and WADL are successfully imported, and they can be used. Now, something very simple, I can do it in the WSDL form in this workspace is where I can pick up, the WSDL and just import it. So let's just say test transform. Sorry, there is some extra spacing. Okay, yeah, so it's asking me that, and then as you would see, yeah, the global sign is successfully imported. As you would see over here, the import is happening. Now this is coming from Service Guard, not from the original global sign. So as you could see that it's already been created, and I have the global sign over coming over here. So with that, thank you so much. There are many more videos coming in, so just stay tuned, and we hope that you can see the value in Service Guard. Yeah, thank you so much.